later on when they have time. So about Solky is Solky or Soul Hunters. It is powered by Solky token. Solhunters.com is your gateway to the dynamic world of Solana blockchain. Discover and explore the latest projects, tokens, and innovations within the Solana ecosystem. So they are really focusing on the Solana ecosystem, and right now with that huge hype, and I think that Sol Chain will be the official meme blockchain. It's gonna be huge. So don't miss out. We have the team right here, guys. You could unmute yourselves, and also please tell us what are your backgrounds, what made you decide to open up this project, start this project, and also you could tell us what are the plans or a little more about Solky. The mic is yours, guys.
Thanks, Brooke. Thanks. Thank you very much. And I'm so glad. And thank you for having me, for having Solky and Solky team. Actually, I want to start with telling you that I really appreciate Skeleton and Skeleton Bot. I was always a loyal customer to you. So thank you so much for the great product, and thank you for the partnership. Soul Hunters and Skeleton. So I appreciate that too. Um, uh, I'm Mervan. Actually, I'm the founder of Solky and Soul Hunters. I have members of the team here, like Max Donny, uh, uh, Rasta here, Ricardo, Marley, and Dollar Sign, and a lot of people, from Solky community. So I was in BSE. I was on Binance Smart Chain. I was deving, for almost 2 years, or 2.5 years. I have, I had some successful projects in the past, like Black Hat Coin, and then Katsuya, and then we had recently Grocky. Okay, Grocky, So they all of them they did well, uh, but always, we missed the utility thing, the sustainability thing. So we are always looking for something to be sustainable. So, maybe a meme could go mainstream, but if it's not backed by a sustainable, utility, or not even a utility, or something, that generates revenue for this token to thrive and to continue, to grow. So this is where came from the idea of soul hunters. So we have Solky the token, and Solky the token powers soulhunters.com, which is a listing website exclusively for Solana projects. Okay, so you only can list Solana projects on it. We started free listings, here and there. Now we're ready to be paid for the service because we provide a good value. Once someone lists his token, he will get insta exposure, like that. And we share this project openly with Solky community on Solky chat and on my call channel, because I have call channel. And Soul Hunters channels like Twitter, and the listing channel Telegram channel. Um, so yeah, Solky powers Soul Hunters, but at the same time, SoulHunters.com will give uh, visibility and exposure to uh, the Solky as well. So they are interlinked between them. Solky. uh, gives exposure to soul hunters and soul hunters as well. So this is, the main idea. But we don't lose the meme feel of Solky. So Solky is, the narrative is like Solky is Solana's favorite dog, which is, the symbol of joy and trust and loyalty. So yeah, this is it, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you there when you say about the sustainability. Actually, when I was looking here in your website, I saw a lot of potential here in order for you to gain revenue. For example, there, the banners. Also, when I was browsing in your Telegram group, you have mentioned there that the development of the buy bot specifically for Solana is being done right now, right?
Yeah, sure. So, in addition to, when it comes to sustainability, we have actually to, if we want to ensure that Solki continues to grow, we have to, it has to be backed by a utility that provides, that generates money to push Solki. So the idea is very simple, actually. We want to build like uh, uh, simple but vital, utilities for devs in Solana. They can use, and we can generate, we can generate funds from them first because we have the revenue share. So Soki holders with 1% or more of the supply, they will get like 25% of the revenue share generated from Soki's utilities. And also, this generated revenues will push Solki, forward. So we started with soulhunters.com, which is a simple website, but the idea is powerful because we have several income streams, like as you said, the banners, we have the promoter spots, we have the promoter posts, and the listing as well. Now, what's coming is the biggest buy competition bot, which is a gap to fill in Solana. We don't have the biggest buy competition bot in Solana right now, so we are going to fill that gap, okay, and alongside with the buy bot, you know. So the process of development will start on 20th of this month, and for now at the moment we are fully focused on Soul Hunters to gain more traction, to get more exposure, and to actually uh, build subscribers and followers on Twitter, so we can deliver and provide more exposure to other tokens, more quality exposure, and also um, for our followers and subscribers, we have to provide them with serious projects, with good projects. So we make sure the dev of this project pay for this, and that's why this way he shows his seriousness, about his project. And yeah, the website is clear, the security is there, and the tokens listed, there will be always, mentioned for Solana tokens here, we talk about revoke and LP burn. So there will be also mentioning on the website. Yeah.
What are the process or how can I get my token listed in your website, and how safe are the projects that are gonna be listed there? So is there a kind of screening wherein you have to check what are the taxes, and also um, about the contract functions before you list them there.
Yeah, okay, for that we have skeleton, thank God. We can scan, the token and see what's going on with the contract in itself. But in Solana it's pretty, maybe it's simpler because two main factors you have to focus on in Solana's security contract, which is, the revoke thing or the renounce, and then the uh, burn, LP burn. And then we check the engagement of the community. So if the community is engaged or not, and the past of this dev, is he serious about his projects? Is he, does he push, the projects he launched? So yeah, we have some, some criterias here to judge, is it a good project or not. Then uh, there's some addings, there's some features that are coming to Solhunters, which the communities will vote, for this, uh, for for the security, or if there's a scam or rug, they can report it. And yeah, we do our best. It's, Solana right now is insane, so we do our best from our side to make sure that every project listed on Soul Hunters is safe for for investors. But who knows? You never know. You may, we do our best, but it's always, related to other factors. So maybe we can't control that, but we do our best to control what we can't control. Actually, bro.
Oh, yeah. Actually, we had a website like this before, for the OGs. It was called Coin Skeleton. Actually, what's hard about doing this listing sites is that you have to monitor the tokens, and whenever you see something wrong with that token, you remove them immediately. That's why we have an admin panel back then.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah. Same here. Same here. Yeah, we often remove, the tokens that there's no volume, or they showed some signs of rugs or farms or something, so we remove them directly. But you mentioned, the last question, how to list your token there. It's very easy. So you go to the website, then submit coin, then there's a form you fill. It's a Google form. You fill it, and you make the payment, and all done. Yeah.
you mentioned payment. You will.
Yeah.
So, is there a fee right now for projects to be able to list their projects in Soul Hunters?
Yes, correct. So there's a fee of 1 Solana for listing on our website. So we started actually listing for free some of, well-established projects. Okay, and like multi-million dollars projects, and we received some of the paid, of the paid listings. So the listing should be paid for, for two reasons actually, because we have the revenue share model in Solky. So as I mentioned before, if you hold 1% or more of the supply, you'll get, a cut of this revenue share. This includes, of course, the listing, the banners, the promoter spots, everything, and uh, every future Solky utility, which is can be, the buy bot or the biggest buy competition bot very soon. So everything powered by Solky. you know, holders with 1% or more of supply will get a revenue share, which is 25%. Maybe Marley here would give you a small, uh, you know, a small talk about this because he's into this, right? Uh, so yeah, there's
Hello.
one Solana fee. Yeah.
How is
I
everybody
actually
today?
are they are muted. I guess they won't be able to answer you. So I'm looking here in the revenue sharing now. A lot of people here are excited about that. Revenue sharing is a big thing, especially that you just have to hold and then get a cut from the
Yes.
project's revenue.
Yeah.
So
True.
could you tell us more about that, please?
Yeah. So Marley can share with you more insights about this if you can unmute Marley here.
Am
Marley.
I unmuted?
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Can
Yes,
everybody?
man.
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
Thanks.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I just wanted to touch base for a minute and just say, how I found the project and a little bit what I like about it, and then I can talk a little bit more about that aspect. I mean, I think everybody's a little bit new to Soul. I think a lot of us are. It hasn't been out that long for these types of projects. I know it's new to me. I started by just seeing a lot of callers switch from ETH to Solana and calling and figuring out how to do it and getting bonk bot and being confused by the bots and what to buy and seeing all this hype and being like, oh, I better buy this right away, and then realizing that the hyped plays were more risky than anything because as soon as you buy, it just goes up a little bit, and the next thing you know, that the project's done and your money's gone. And I started getting really frustrated with these Solana projects because they felt so scammy. But seeing so many of them, it's like the same thing with anything. You see a few of them doing really well, and you're like, "Oh wow, too bad I missed that one." Um, so literally, the first 7 projects I bought were all pretty hyped projects. Tons of big callers called them, incredible amount of volume, and I literally lost either 90% or all the money I invested in them, like within hours. And I was like, what's going on here? Why can't I find the right projects? Why is it like this? Um, and there wasn't that much information because it's new. So then I found through a friend of mine, I think who's listening here, who's on the team, who told me about this project and said, "Hey, listen, you need to be involved in a safe project with a present dev who's there for you, standing by the project, answering questions on the in the TG, addressing people, just getting something real, something that has a utility, something that's building, something that's trying to change the space." And for anybody listening here, like that's what you have here. So I think that people, are scared. People are scared. They've been rugged so much. They want to just buy and get out right away. But, the good projects are the ones where the holders see the value in it. It's all about trust. And, once I realized the trust was there in this project, I was like, okay, let me get in. Let me get my 1% bag, especially now while it's cheap. And I see what they're doing. I see the website that you guys are talking about. I see the listing platform, and it all makes sense. So I've been happy with that. So it's the first project I've actually been really happy with and wanted to be a part of, and that's how I kind of just sort of got on the team to try to help out because I believe in the project. So anybody that's worried about investing, I think you can see by talking to the dev and talking by just coming into the TG, talking to the other holders, asking questions to the team. I think you'll see like this is a safe place, and that's kind of what we all want as an investor. So I'm more of an investor on this than a part of the team, but I'm sort of just coming in here to try to support. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, Marley. So, Brooke, he was just asked about, the revenue share, and you share with me some of, interesting insights before. So,
oh yeah,
you
let me
want to,
let me see.
yeah.
I typed I typed up something. So like basically in
Yeah,
terms of
yeah,
revenue for holders, with on a very conservative basis as what we're looking to, I think as a holder you want to know that you're going to get some revenue share from it. So I punched up some numbers, and it looks like, being that this is growing fast and based on the numbers and how the bigger it grows, the faster we will get new projects listed. So at once, so let's say I think a conservative number within a few weeks from now would be that 100 new projects list per week. That's one soul each. That's 100 souls. So per month, that's about 432 soul per month of revenue. 25% of that would be, let's just use an even number, it would be 110 soul. That's because that's 25% on a monthly basis. So that's 110 soul. So let's just say, for example, there are 10 holders that have 1% or more. That would be roughly $1,200, $1,100, a little more than that, like $1,150 per month per holder of 1% or more. So 1% bag right now at this market cap, obviously you want to get in sooner than later, would be roughly $880 at this current market cap. So if you
yeah,
got a 1%, if you spent about $880, got a 1% bag, based on a very conservative, now I believe that to grow a lot more, and this isn't including all the extra potential revenue with banners. This isn't including revenue that could potentially come from the new bot. All these other types of potential revenue are building, and Mervin's building more utilities too. So I think once you get in, you're basically a part of this whole ecosystem. And like I said, a conservative estimate would be spending $800 and receiving $1,150 a month. I mean, not to mention your investment is going to grow. I mean, this is ground floor here, in my opinion. And I think that is what you're looking for in terms of value as a holder. So I think everybody should be incredibly bullish on a project you could trust and a project that brings you money. I mean, it's almost a no-brainer, in my opinion.
Can I say something?
Exactly. Sure, Tony.
Also,
Max,
I think
Tony, go.
when you look at the chart, I think you see that it's not a normal Solana chart. You know, we're not making a pump of dump here. We are really well thought about the project, and we think about how do we make something that will grow and grow and grow no matter what. You know. Also, when people cheat or when people sell, no problem. But the holders will stay, and the people that believe in us, and the people that will see that we're in here every day and we fight every day to gather more holders and more community members that are also willing to make an effort and to help us read and to help us stay, you know. That's the whole thought about this project, you know, that we keep on growing no matter what. We have the time, you know, no problem for us. We stay. That's all I
yeah,
needed to add.
yeah. No rush. Yeah,
Also,
no rush.
because the trust is there. I mean, we all know all it really takes is a one or two big influencers to jump on board and support this, and it's basically would cause a chain reaction and breakout. So you're basically, it's hard to see this right now because we're not fully exposed and we haven't been paying tons of money to these influencers, and like, because we didn't really want to get a bunch of fake holders that would just dump right away, from what I understand. So, I mean, it just seems like it's inevitable for this to really blow up, get into the multi-millions market cap, and which just cause a chain reaction for the whole ecosystem that Mervin and the team and the devs are putting together here. So it just feels like a safe place where clearly, I mean, obviously, only invest what you can afford, with any investment in stock market or any crypto, but what I'm saying here is, like, you're in a safe place. You might as well join a team that's there for you, talking to you, and growing a whole ecosystem. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Just like what Max, Tony have said, the chart is actually really good looking. I've been buying tons of sold tokens recently, and the volatility of those tokens are really scary. It scares me
Insane,
out of
yeah.
hell.
Really insane, yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's different with Solky, though. It's very different. You notice, the chart is very bizarre, and every dip is gone within like 10 seconds or less. Last night we have a dip from 80K to 52K, I think. It goes up, again to 80K in just a matter of seconds. You know, uh, I'm pretty sure. I was trying to buy back actually. I was trying to buy to buy the dip. I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it. So yeah, so it's something solid that we we
Dips are
intend to
really
do.
difficult to catch at Solky.
Yeah, yeah,
Just one last question before we go to the community questions, because there's a lot of questions there. My question is about the revenue sharing again. So, when do you plan to
Max.
distribute the
Sorry,
revenues?
bro. Max, please mute your microphone if possible.
I've muted him first. Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
my question is about the revenue sharing. So when do you plan to give the revenue share out? Is it weekly? Is it bi-weekly? I mean,
Yeah, okay.
bi-monthly or monthly?
Yes, good question, bro. So, for now, the threshold to start distributing the the rev share is 1 Solana. Okay, so once we hit 1 Solana, we will start distributing it. Okay, so now we are at 0.25 Solana because we received some paid listings, and we received actually banners, booking. So once we hit that 1 Solana threshold, we will start distributing the the revenue share. So it's about threshold always, 1 Solana minimum, right?
Okay, so when you reach a threshold, then you will distribute it out. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, holders and the community there, they can track the wallet, so they just type RSW and they can track the revenue share wallet. And also we have the NFTs that I released today. Uh, if you hold one NFT, you get 10%. Holders of the NFTs will get 10% of the revenue share generated uh, by all Solkie's utilities.
okay.
So that's another thing. Yeah.
All right, so I guess I have to give time for other people to be able to for them to ask their questions. I can't just ask all the time here. So
Yeah,
time
yeah,
is ticking. Guys, let's go first to the people who are going to raise their hands. Later, we're going to go through the question and answer group, and I'm going to pick some questions there. But priority are those people who are raising their hands. So, guys, raise your hands. Let's start with Emmanuel.
I'm
Emmanuel,
audible. Yes, I'm audible.
yeah.
Oh, thank you very much for making. It's nice to join another this great project. So my question is very simple. Since Solhunters is a voting site, are there any criteria or requirements that a project must meet before getting listed on Solhunters? Let's take skeleton as an example. Before you can get a promoted funding, the project must have like liquidity lock and pass basic. So with that, investors can be assured that any project that's collecting promote, they don't need to worry about getting red food or any bad code in the contract. So are there any criteria that those projects that release from your site must meet before they can get listed? I hope you understand.
Okay, good question, Emmanuel. Actually, you know, to be honest, if you pay for listing on Solhunters, you get listed, right? But we always mention if the liquidity is burned or not, or if the contract is renounced or not. So if you go to the website, you will see that there's always a tag there telling you that this token has a burned liquidity and uh, a revoked contract, right? And
Yeah,
then we thought with the team that we can add the docs, we can add actually a doc service that we can docs, if the dev is doxed for us, so we can add this tag uh, also, which is gives more trust for people, but we have a business model which is based on like Sniper or CoinMooner or any listing website.
yeah,
People, they look for new tokens there, but it's not the responsibility of these listing websites to maybe they just tag for you. Maybe they tell you that this is audited, or there's a renounce, or there's LP burn. This is what we do. We notify you. We let you know that this is a potential safe project. But in Solana is different. As you know, there's a lot of there's a lot of devs. They burn liquidity every day. They revoke
yeah.
every day, but this is not still safe. So it's
That's good.
you have always to do your own research, maybe, and we from our side, we do our best to provide the accurate informations about the project, so you can judge it more clearly, right?
All right, all right. Thank you very much for the answer.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Emmanuel.
much, Brooke,
Thanks, mate.
Sure
for
thing.
this answer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like my Irvin said, still, even though we have a lot of scanners, there is even the contract has been renounced. Still, the scammers or devs who are farmers are still going to find
Farmers, yeah,
any way
yeah,
for them to get those money.
sure,
So
sure,
proper research is really important.
yeah.
One thing I wanted to mention and add was something that Mervin was talking about, was adding more features to the listing Sulky Hunters, including doing a rating system for callers. I don't believe he talked about that much, which is very useful in my opinion, and adds a lot of value to the overall project. It's not just about adding value; it's about adding exposure to the project. Maybe do you want to talk a little bit more about that, Mervin?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about, we were talking about this too. So we will have a list of useful bots, and like we will have like lists of everything useful for both devs and holders, which includes also callers. So if you are a caller, we can list you on our callers list, and then people can maybe rank you or vote to you, or um, yeah, so there's a rank, for callers, and as soul hunters or Solky, we don't ask for payment to list you as a caller there. You just need to call Solky or soul hunters. That's enough, right? So yeah, this is the idea we were talking about lately.
And they can have a rating system. So I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Sometimes there's so many callers, you don't know which one to follow. And I think if you had 300 people rating the caller that follow on Soul Hunters, and having some statistics like you would in sports,
yeah,
oh, this guy has, his percentage of X's or whatever it might be. this idea is an easy one to implement, as Mervin was saying. Like, he can add this pretty quickly, and then over a short period of time, I think the more people that vote, the more callers that get on there, it could really be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Whereas, like, we're getting more calls, more exposure for the Solkie holders, for the
Yeah.
Solkie ecosystem, and I think it could really help boost this project, but also be super useful to just anybody that's like, what caller should I follow? Oh, this guy's really done well and he's highly rated. I want to ape something. Let me follow this guy. And I think it's extremely useful. I know it would be for me as an investor.
Yeah. Sure. Uh, this is the idea. Yeah. Anyway, we carry on, Brooke, with community.
So, actually, so what you're trying to say is, very soon we're going to expect a version 2 of the website
Yes.
with a lot
Yeah.
more functions.
Sure. Yes. So, actually, now at the moment we are working on another update, which we will add, the most upvoted last 24 hours and top gainers last 24 hours. So, well, maybe this way we gain more engagement on our Twitter and Telegram, right?
Oh,
And some other, some other small features, but this is going to be the version 1.9 before the version 2 coming, next month, uh, first, the first week of next month. So the V2 will be, whole new thing, all branded new, the website, when it comes to design and, how it works. So yeah, we do our best to make it better every day.
yeah. I think the hardest part there is going to be the API for the tracking of the token.
Sure, sure, yeah.
Yeah,
So
because when we had that website back then, it took us a very long time to develop that API.
yeah,
Anyway, you could
yeah,
ask some questions to Skeleton Dev. Maybe he can help you out as well on what
sure,
functions you can add as well, since we
sure,
had that before.
yeah. Well, I'm sure we can count on you on this.
Yeah. All right. So LJ, you raised your hand earlier. You could ask your question now.
Okay, okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. So my question is, I read in X congratulations on Solky collaboration with Skeleton. My question, what are the benefits of the Soul Hunters and Skeleton partnership for developers, holders, and users? Will this partnership last a long time without just prioritizing certain goals? Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, bro, for the question. Actually, the partnership with Skeleton is based on trust, for sure. But it's cross promotion. It's it's cross exposure for both. So we do our best that we provide a decent exposure for Skeleton, and Skeleton absolutely they do this all the time. So there's actually on soulhunters.com you will find services of Skeleton Bot. So you go there and you can find out skeleton services that can be maybe be beneficial for you as a dev. That's the idea. So it's cross promotion. It's based on trust and good intentions.
So I just wanted to add that, yeah, it's Soul in our trending list. There's a lot of Soul already. So, like yesterday when I was checking it, we have 15 projects in one list, and yesterday it was 11 Soul out there, two BSC and one ETH.
Yeah,
So trending list is getting a lot of exposure. So hopefully, as people see that we are partners with Soul, key, they will be able to check it out as well.
Yes. That's it. Thank you, LJ.
All right. So, who else are raising their hands before I choose? Okay. So, Karan
All right.
Lutra. Okay, man. You can ask your question.
Thank you. May ada balik.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Karan. Welcome, mate.
Apa ya, bro?
Oh no, 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 no. You're breaking up, man. All right. We can move to the next one.
Yeah,
Okay,
Doctor.
because we don't have a lot of time. Okay, so Dr. Congo Crypto, I hope you're audible. Okay, you can unmute yourself, man.
Kayaknya ya.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
hey,
Thank
Doctor.
you.
Thanks.
Okay, see, what I would say is very kayaknya
For mate,
Your connections are really
can have.
terrible. What's happening?
kayaknya
We can hear. Can you hear me? But let's see. Go right ahead. You ask the question.
now what
Oh, man, you're breaking up. So I'm sorry. We have to go to the next question. But if we do
Okay.
have time later on, I can read out your question in the group. But for
Oh,
now, I do see some other questions that are really interesting.
yeah.
Okay, so guys, you can share as well. So what do you think interesting? You can read that out and of course answer it. So the group is in the main. The group is AMA questions skeleton ecosystem. It is the link is in the main chat.
Yeah. Uh, okay. In meanwhile, Brooke, could you just please unmute A Rasta.
A
Okay. Yeah.
Rust.
The
Okay,
the
letter A,
mother.
right?
A. Yeah, A.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so
Rasta is here, one of the team members. Maybe he can add something. And actually, yeah, I don't know
okay,
if he's listening or not. Anyway,
yeah,
Rasta,
he
are you
is
with us?
unmuted. All right, so let's go to the questions. Okay, so there was the guy here that said he have some really good questions earlier. Where is he? Uh, Alex Costa. Okay, hold on. So here, from Alex Costa, There are lots of Solana projects that have appeared recently, and many of them are scams. What are the? Oh, okay. So I think this is a redundant question already. So I think
Yeah,
I have. Mhm.
yes.
So here, from Rubino Best Tableau. I noticed that Solky provides insurance via bailouts to its users. Really? I didn't read that. Could you tell us more about what's this and what exactly does this insurance scheme cover and how does it work? What types of scenarios can it be applied to and what are the advantage of it for its users?
Insurance for what exactly?
He said provide. He noticed that Solky provides insurance via bailouts. I don't know what he means right here.
I don't know either. So
Okay,
I
so
don't know. Maybe yeah. Maybe he talks about security or something. So it's very it's very safe for investors. Anyway,
Actually, I've been through the website in your group and I didn't read that there. So maybe a bot question again.
yeah,
Okay, so
Mervin, can I ask you a question,
So
Mervin?
another
Sorry.
yeah.
who was speaking?
I think it's Marley.
Yeah, so I think one thing that wasn't discussed, which might be useful to anybody listening and considering getting involved in the project. So 25% of the revenue goes to holders, which leaves 75% that goes to you and the team. It seems to me like that's actually like based on that conservative chart that I came up with, that's a lot of revenue, and I'm assuming that's going to be used to really be able to push this project. Because one thing I noticed with Sol, like a lot of projects have taxes, but I don't think in Sol you can charge taxes, which leaves devs in a complicated position. So if you have
Yes,
all this revenue, you really have a lot of power to grow this infinitely, I would assume. So I just was hoping you could elaborate on that.
yeah, sure. So, as you know, Marley and everybody, Solky has zero taxes right now. Um, but in Solana, there's a new type contract that you can create, which is with taxes. Okay. But for Solky, it's zero tax, so we have to rely on ourselves. And this is why, I came up with the system there. We have to make revenue. We have to generate revenue, for rewarding our holders, and second for to push Solky, more with marketing, giveaways, and AMAs, and so we have all, if we generate enough money, uh, of course we can reward our holders, but the most important thing is that we can push our Soki, via buybacks, and as I mentioned before, via giveaways and marketing and influencers, and yeah, so sure, a big chunk of this, um, big cut of the revenue generated will go toward Solki. Uh, no doubt about that.
So holders can expect buybacks, burns,
Sure, yeah,
social media marketing, maybe
yeah,
YouTube,
of
all
course,
types of different.
yeah,
I mean,
uh,
sky's the
and
limit, right? Of where you
yeah,
could
sky
push
is the
this.
limit. Yeah, and this is a part of the exposure that Solki gets from Solhunters and other utilities, because all the other utilities will be powered by Solki, and this is mentioned on solhunters.com. So you go there, you'll find the button by Solki, and at the bottom of the website you'll find this is powered by Solki. And for now we have a banner there. This is Solki powered, and join our community. So, uh, you know, yeah. So I hope you get the idea. So the idea is simple. We give exposure and we get it back. Okay. So we give good exposure and we get it back.
I
So
mean,
give and take.
I'm incredibly bullish on V2. I mean, the V2, you get, if you're giving callers a free listing on your platform so more people can follow them, which they obviously always want. Every caller wants more followers. And then they call Sulky. It's like a win. Everything is a symbiotic relationship for Sulky. Like everything goes back to Sulky. Everything goes back to grow the Sulky's, everyone's investment in Sulky. Soul Hunters, all the revenue from Solhunters, it all coincides with building Solki. So I think that's one of the things that really excites me about the project when I think about that and down the road and how we're just starting and how easily this could be the next big 100x. Because the bigger it grows, the faster it's going to grow, because it's all related. It all just goes right back. That's what excites me about the project.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also it's going to market itself. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
not much of expenses in terms of marketing. So
Yeah.
sounds foolish. Okay, so here, in your vision, Team Talk placing a paramount emphasis on safety. Now, his question is there a CAPTCHA system or a verification system that voters must pass before they can vote so that the scam projects won't vote themselves with bots or multiple accounts and ranks the highest?
Yeah, so yeah, Brooke, good question. Actually, we have a simple captcha, okay, which is Google Captcha, but it wasn't very strong. So this is why we are working now on the V2, which is going to be which is going to have a stronger captcha, okay? So to avoid bots and multiple upvotes. And the V2 will have the reset upvote. So every 24 hours you can upvote another time, right?
Hmm.
So like it's working with Skeleton right now. You can vote every 12 hours. So and Soul Hunters you can upvote every 24 hours, and we will implement new captchas, the strong one that will prevent any bots from upvoting, and um, getting excessive upvotes.
Actually, that's really hard because borders are going to
Yeah, it's
find
really
a
hard.
way.
Sure. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
So
But you do your best, you do your best, and
yeah,
that's it. Yeah. Maybe
yeah,
you can flag the dev. You can report this to the owner of the token, because we have direct, communication with them.
mhm,
Once they list their token, we can, approach them and ask them to not do do that, right? So this
yeah.
is and I want to add something which is very important here is that we have a referral program. So you go to the listing to soulhunters.com, then submit coin, then you can find referral program that you can join actually. You can refer the listing on Soul Hunters, and you get 15%,
Hmm.
from the listing, and
And
from
listing.
any other promotional product coming from this token actually in the future, like banners and things. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's a great way for you to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So, we don't have time actually, but guys, the team, Mervin, do you have anything to say for the people who are still listening?
No, I just want to thank you all for having us. Maybe we have dollar sign here. I'm not sure if he's still here or not. Dollar sign is here. Maybe he can add something. I don't know.
But
Yeah,
not just because you are our partner. Soul Hunters is our partner. I'm honestly saying this not because you are my partner, but I see a potential in this, especially if it is well executed. When you become famous, the amount of revenue that's going to flow into the project is unreal. So basically, you could buy back, burn, and it will sustain the chart. So that's just what I want to say right here.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you for the trust, brother. I appreciate it so much. Thanks so much.
So dollar sign.
So dollar
yeah.
sign, yeah.
Well, just a little contribution. Well, what I have to say is that the very first time I saw the project, there were actually some certain things that attracted me. I'm not usually a meme talking type of a person, but
The first thing is, the team having a vision. That's one. And they also have a goal, which is very, very important for any project. I can also see the direction of, where the project is going to. They building something for long term. Even though at the moment it might seem as if the progress is not fast, but at least there is a progress, which is the most important thing. And then aside that, I see a theme that is trustworthy. The truth is that in the space, it's really quite hard to get a set of themes that are trustworthy, because that's the most important thing for any project. That's number one. There are a lot of scam projects out there. People losing money every day and stuff like that. But I see a very strong team here. Wanting to build something, that would generate fund to build, to build a very formidable, formidable project. Well, I think most importantly, aside the fact that the team are also doing their own part, community also plays a vital role. So it's important that we keep a positive vibe, spread the news out, because the utility is there. I mean, so that's just what I have to say.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
All right. So I'm hoping for the best for this project, and
Thank you
actually,
both.
um, as you move forward, I know that it's gonna be big. So for those people who in your community who were not here, I will forward you, Mervan, this recording, and you can just send it to your group for them to be able to hear this AMA session.
Sure, they just need to type replay and they can hear it again.